Lifetime Network reminds me of singers that only need to sing their own songs. Biopics, maybe not. Maybe Lifetime should just do movies that Lifetime puts together. Like, don't take somebody else's story. Just get a Lifetime story, and just do that. I guess I don't know. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Okay, guys, so thank you so much for clicking on the video. This is actually going to be my review for the biopic Unbreak My Heart that Lifetime did on Toni Braxton's life. And I am starting to believe that Lifetime should stick to what they do. Just make the little made for TV movies and leave these biopics alone. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much to run behind. You're trying to run behind these lives of these superstars, and then you either your budget's not standing up to where you need it to be, and that whole kind of thing. And then some of the choice of the actors and the actresses, the shit's just not working. It's not working. And as a person, Toni Braxton, I didn't think Toni Braxton's life was that interesting to even want to do a biopic because of the fact that she has a reality show. She's on TV every week. Her and then her sisters, you can find out whatever you want to know about Toni Braxton. And she's not out of the spotlight. It's hard. A biopic about a person that's not out of the spotlight, I think, is a bad idea anyway. But anyway, let's just go into this, and I'm going to tell you what I thought was good and what I thought was bad. I'm going to say costuming, sorry. Costuming, all wrong. All wrong. I saw one outfit that I stopped and said, well, that's some bad shit right there. When she ran up out of the Arsenio Hall show with the red dress and the red coat, that was Toni Braxton. That was the Toni Braxton outfit. It was something that made you stop and look and say, all right, now she did that. That was a nice piece. But that's it. That's it. Why is there only one outfit in this whole movie that made me stop and say, yeah? And we talk about Toni Braxton. If there's one thing that Toni Braxton is a ragging bitch and always was. Always was. She ain't the best singer. She ain't the most interesting. But that whore has always ragged. Always. These knockoffs, and there's certain outfits that we remember of Toni. The Gucci dress from the Unbreak My Heart video. Everybody remembers the white Gucci dress with the hole cut out the side and the waist chain from the Unbreak My Heart video and the curly hair. Y'all did not get it right. It was a very cheap knockoff version. She's too thick. That girl was just thin. The girl, Lex Scott Davis, she's thin. Toni Braxton is not thin and never was thin. Toni was built. She was built and she was short. This girl's all legs. Not at all. And I was literally waiting. I was waiting for the Gucci dress, honey. And I madder than a motherfucker when I seen it. Fabric wasn't right, and the waist chain, are you kidding me? Just cheap. Cheap. It was cheap and it was flat. It was a bad copy of that dress. It looked like somebody getting ready for their prom, duplicating some of Toni's shit, trying to go to the prom. We see it every year. Every year we see it. Somebody's cheap version of some shit that Toni Braxton wore to a prom. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, the actress, let's just start right there. with the actress, Lex Scott Davis. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. She can't take that away. She is a beautiful girl. Her acting, I'm not gonna say she was a bad actress, but she didn't play a good Toni Braxton. Okay? She didn't play a good Toni Braxton at all. She was very that ain't Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton is very laid back. Toni Braxton is one who really does blend into the backdrop. If she's not, when Toni's on stage, when the lights go up, Toni becomes sultry. She doesn't become a stage hog. She doesn't do any of that. She becomes sultry. When the light comes up and it's time for Toni to perform, Toni becomes a sex kitten. That's what she does. But now all this giddy and that's not Toni Braxton. Not no kind of way. Not no kind of way. So that acting job was totally bad. Bad. And then it took me till the end of the movie. All the way till the end of the movie. And then I figured it out in the last scene where she was sitting down at the piano when she was going to make her comeback with her and Babyface. And it hit me. Lex Scott Davis, hold on. Now, if y'all want to do a biopic on Pebbles, that's your girl. The whole movie, she played Pebbles. The whole movie. She was dead on with the look, dead on everything. Everything about her was Pebbles. Y'all done fucked up in casting. But she was Pebbles. That's who she should have been. She should have been cast to play Pebbles. Who the fuck was that white woman that y'all had playing Pebbles? Because when she first hit the scene and they had whoever that girl was, she just looked like a straight up white woman. Stone cold white woman. In the next scene that we saw her, she looked more of that, a lighter skinned black woman, a very fair black woman. But when she hit that door, baby, she gave me straight cold white woman. Baby Pebbles ain't no white woman. With all that bleach blonde straight up. No ma'am. Fucked up casting. Now, Debbie Morgan is a fierce ass actress. What's up with wardrobe? Y'all had Debbie Morgan looking like an old crazy washerwoman. Well, she looked like a voodoo princess throughout the whole goddamn thing. The whole thing. I just kept looking at her. I said, damn. Miss Evelyn, that ain't Miss Evelyn. Miss Evelyn be sharp as hell. And I was waiting. I said, well, maybe they're painting her that way because, again, she was so into the church and all of these things. And maybe they were painting her picture, to be dowdy and shit like that in the beginning. And I said, as we get to the reality show part, then we'll see the Miss Evelyn that we're used to. Because Miss Evelyn be clean as a motherfucker. If you ain't never watched the Braxtons' Family Values, Miss Evelyn be cleaner than her fucking daughters. Now y'all need to go watch the show. Lifetime. Tune in to we. Miss Evelyn be clean. She don't look like no goddamn washerwoman. Debbie Morgan was overacting for most of the movie. Most of that movie, she overacted. Now, the scene where she had old Braxton up in that room throwing them goddamn, that was perfect. That was perfect. Because, she's dramatic like that. So that was perfect. But all that other stuff, she was overacting. And she did not give me Evelyn Braxton at all. At all. I'm telling you. She gave me more of an older, crazy version of the woman that she played when she was on Charmed, when she was the seer. She was giving me very much witch and goblin and voodoo tease, honey. That's what I was getting from that. Bad. And she was the largest named actor on the roster for this. But I'm going to tell you who stole the movie. Who stole the movie was Gavin Houston. Gavin Houston of Having Have-Nots that plays Jeffrey, Tyler Perry's boy, stole the movie, baby. He played the shit out of Babyface. He was more Babyface than Babyface is. He played the shit out of Babyface and don't let nobody say nothing different. He did the shit out of Babyface. So if there's ever a biopic on Babyface, they know who they need to get. But he literally stole the movie. For me, he fine anyway, so that kind of helped. But just to say, and I had to laugh. I said, Babyface ain't never been that motherfucking sharp. Not ever. Not ever. But whatever, because I had to stop seeing Jeffrey. I kept saying, okay. Because at first, like, who is it? Gavin stole the show. Gavin did the shit out of Babyface, okay? They was driving me crazy. And then the little guy, I believe that's Andre Hall, that plays in Love Thy Neighbor. Another one of Tyler's boys that actually played Carrie, Tony's husband. Baby, Carrie ain't never been that goddamn fine. Now y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. But it was cool because it was good to look at him instead, because Carrie ain't cute. The real Carrie, not like that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But I said, okay, if you must. But I was very underwhelmed with the costuming for this movie altogether. I was looking forward to the costuming. More so than anything else. The lip sync, the performance was just flat and just off. It was off. Lex Scott Davis, her lip sync wasn't on at all. She wasn't Toni Braxton at no point. I could see where she had actually tried to study Toni and different things, like when Toni throws her hands over her head and stuff. I seen you trying, baby, but I'm sorry. You didn't do it, baby. Toni Braxton is Toni Braxton. And she's not that, I mean, Toni's not somebody that you can't copy. You know, her body type is very hard to copy. Her look is kind of hard to copy because she's so motherfucking sharp. But her movements and stuff is just sultry. And she wasn't. She was so very giddy, and it got on my nerves. So the lip sync was off, and you know, because Tony's Tony's mouth is damn near never even all the way open. You know, Toni slinks and saunters. She don't do all that giddy shit. Anyway. Okay. The story itself, you do the good thing. The story itself was written in a way that nobody really got thrown under the bus. That was pretty good, but it was rushed. And I guess it was, again, probably because of time constraints. I felt like the story was rushed. And again, we know the story. You know, we know the story. But I didn't think they wrote it in a way that anybody was thrown under the bus. You know, naturally, LaFace Records looked bad. But it's fine, good to see that the real story came out. So that was good. That was good. Let's see. What else? There was shade. Absolute shade. Oh, the hair. Oh, how could I forget the hair? That goddamn hair was horrible. Horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. I don't know who did the wig for the shortcut. That was horrible from the door. So I was like, I guess I probably was really down on the movie for the first 10 minutes when they cut her hair and baby, she came up with that squeezer. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Toni Braxton had the baddest motherfucking haircut on the television for years. For years. People been trying to get Toni Braxton's haircut. She had the baddest motherfucking haircut out. That wig, she had that motherfucker jammed down on her head with that chin strap on there. No, that hair was, the hair was worse than the wardrobe. That hair was just all wrong. Thick and wiggy looking. It was fucked up. I didn't like that at all. That was terrible. Okay, so here's something good, because I've been ranting about this shit. Here's something good. We did get to see Diesel play himself at the end. And I was glad to see him, because he's an absolute doll baby. And I was glad to see him, and I thought that was very cute. But they should not have put Toni at the end. That was a bad idea. And I'm going to tell you why. It was terrible because when they decided to put that little piece in there and throw Toni at the very end of the movie, playing herself at the piano, when they did that, you just showed us everything that Lex Scott Davis did wrong. Everything that she did wrong was so evident when you stuck the real Toni Braxton there and you could see her and she's singing and her mouth ain't even hardly goddamn moving and doing all the Toni Braxton isms. It literally, that little piece, that 5 minutes that we got of the actual Toni Braxton literally killed the whole hour and 55 minutes, or no, not yeah, hour and 55 minutes of Lex Scott Davis's performance. That 5 minutes, everything she did before that was just null and void. Null and void. So that was really a bad idea to literally stick the real Toni Braxton after that shitty performance. So, well, when I sat down here, I really didn't think I was going to give this really a bad review, but I guess I just didn't I? Whatever. I ain't taking it back. It is what it is. It's what I saw. And I was not very happy. I'm not very happy with what they did with Toni. I'm happy with the story and the way the story was told and how nobody really got thrown under the bus. I was cool with that. They didn't even throw Tamar under the bus. Now, the girl who played Tamar did good. She got on my nerves just as much as the real one does. She was spot on. She got on my nerves just as much as the real Tamar does. She was good. And the girl that played Tracy was dead on. She was sassy, just like Tracy. Sassy and pretty much underplayed. She was good. Those two were good. But for the record, the biopic for Lifetime for Unbreak My Heart, Toni Braxton's story, Gavin Houston, baby, you did that. Now you did that. It's a shame because the story wasn't about Babyface. But Gavin, you did that, brother. Yeah, you did. The rest of that, they didn't even do Toni no justice. They didn't do Toni no justice at all. At all. I'm just glad she got to tell the story. She did get to tell her story. And, it a little bit depressing. It was a little sad. But that's, again, we know Toni Braxton's story, and it is sad. She's making strides now. Things are getting better. But up to, lately, it was sad how things went for her, how much work she did, how much she lost in the midst of it being cheated and shit. Just sad. So your story got told, baby. That's good. But no, they fucked you around. Lifetime fucked you around. Yes, ma'am. I don't know. Maybe you should have did it on Wii. You're on Wii. Why were you on Lifetime? Anyway, that's all I got to say, y'all. I'm not gonna keep on going on and on with this. I was not a fan. It's not anything that I will really watch again. Sorry. Sorry. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say about the biopic for Toni Braxton. Poor thing. I fucked her around. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys know how to do all that. And we'll see you guys. Bye.